So slow start.
Yeah.
7 miles an hour. So the new thing in this update for you to know, Brett, it finally enabled eye monitoring with the cabin camera. So I don't have to, it knows I'm paying attention if I'm just looking out at the windshield.
Oh.
And so if I take my eyes off the road or look somewhere else or play with my phone or something, please pay attention to the road. And then I just have to look forward and then the notification goes away.
Ooh, that's really cool.
So I think that was always the goal. Nobody liked having to torque the steering wheel for it.
Sure.
It does. You kind of get rewarded because you don't have to torque the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And you're also basically encouraged to make sure you're watching the road and paying attention. So
Sure.
I think it's kind of like a win-win.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That is actually, that's really sweet. So where's the iMod? Is it one of these
It's
little guys?
right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
So, and while Tesla hasn't given their like full blessing of hands off,
Yes.
it's almost kind of like a little bit of implied. So being a little cautious around our folks here.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, that was good.
Guys playing with his RC car. Kids playing with his RC car. So
That was pretty slick. Okay.
yeah.
So eye monitoring. What else does it do? What else?
So-
does it do?
This is 12.4.3, and it is a complete retraining of the system. So I came from 12.3.6,
Yeah.
which again was its own full training. Oh, and we're not going to go down this road because it's basically like a dirt road.
Yeah.
It always wants to go down that one, so I'm not counting that as a disengagement, but rather a route issue. And there we go. Yeah, it always wants to go down that road when I come down to this area.
That's funny.
Yeah,
And the road sucks.
yeah, it's terrible.
Nothing but potholes.
Yeah, right? Gravel and stuff. So it's basically almost like a whole different version, like a whole different system than 12.3.6 was.
Okay. Now, is that changed? Because the last time I rode with you, they had just gotten done overhauling the system.
Yep,
So
that's-
did they overhaul it another time now?
Yes, yep,
Wow.
with all new training data. And so now, with as many folks there's so many more folks using FSD now than ever before. And so, and they have, I don't remember if it was the case before they had 12.3.6, but fairly recently Elon said that Tesla is no longer compute constrained by like training. So they can throw as much video data at the system as they want to train it. And it's no longer a matter of, well, we don't have enough supercomputers to process it. It's more now we need enough video data for everything.
Okay.
So
just
it's-
collecting, basically.
Exactly. So they're in the collection phase. So it is very timid on unprotected lefts. My first drive was almost the exact same way. It waits for like the Grand Canyonist of gaps in order to actually go.
Oh man. Okay.
So we may be here for a bit, or I may need to intervene. So it has a little bit of distance it can
Yeah.
creep
I
up.
was gonna say I can't.
But it
hardly
must-
see.
It must have enough view from its own point cameras that it can. So
Yeah.
just a little bit. Yeah, wide gap here. We got nobody behind us, so I'm gonna kind of let it sit here. There's nobody.
Yeah.
Now there's a truck coming to the right from the right.
Is it doing that movement right there? Okay. So grab just a little bit there.
Yeah.
Not much. It's a fake out creep.
So we're gonna.
Oh, it was clear.
Yeah.
What's
it's
it doing
totally
now?
Clear. Totally clear.
Go,
Go.
go,
Go.
go. Come on, car. Oh, oh, now it sees a
Now
car.
it's gonna wait. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So-
man.
Yeah, it's at this point, this is the one thing, the Achilles heel I found for this version.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is, like, I've always noticed that. So I just got this update Tuesday. Oh, you can go.
Come
All right,
on.
so I'm intervening.
Yeah.
Just a little accelerator press to give it some validity, like validating its choice to make a left.
Yes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I've always noticed that when Tesla first releases something, that it comes out the gate excessively timid,
Yeah.
especially around people. But it seems to be the unprotected lefts are really um, timid. Although I actually, let's see, Thursday or Wednesday, I posted it just a couple days ago now. I went back to the unprotected left that is in my normal test loop, and I did that 5 times in a row, and it was fine. Actually, it was not bad. It was not bad at all. In fact, it even took a couple of jumps into traffic that I was like, hey, that was totally appropriate. So,
Yeah.
but that was the first time I've seen that same timidness of wanting to move from an unprotected left.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because it used to do a lot of creeping too, and it didn't really seem to
Yeah,
creep at all. It
that's
pulled
right.
up and it was like, I'm done. I mean, it scooted maybe an inch there where I felt it let off a little bit to scoot up, but
Yeah, and then it gave us a little bit of a jolt.
yeah,
Um,
I think it's going to go, and then it changed its mind again.
yeah.
But how much? What's the difference between that one and the one that you were doing the other Tesla on? Is it similar? Was there a turn lane in the middle?
There was like a it's a turn lane, but it's almost like they set it up to be like a merge lane. Right, so good slowing down for these bikes here.
Oh,
And
over aggressive.
I guess it's gonna let the bikes go.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
So polite, but we're kind of in the middle of a highway. So those kids probably shouldn't have gone, but again, being timid around vulnerable road units is the
vulnerable road unit.
that's the
new term.
tech speak for training machine learning and AI.
Okay.
I guess it takes out the humanity of the people.
Well, would it do the same thing for a dog running across the street?
Supposedly, yeah, that would be. It's a broad term for all those people, pets, and that sort of thing, animals.
Okay. So what was the reasoning behind redoing the whole system and then redoing the whole system again? Did they have any behind that?
Yeah, I don't know that I have enough information behind why. Maybe it's a matter of testing out some of the data set that they're feeding it and seeing what that's like, or maybe it just simply requires when they're retraining with adjustments they want to make from one version to the next. Maybe they're adding some new neural nets or something that are doing something different, or some new neural pathways or whatever they call them. That could have an effect, and maybe it just simply requires that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have enough of the technical know-how for that. So here is our yielding to traffic circle traffic, and I think we're going to get a gimme here.
Yep.
So that's easy.
Yeah. It's always the one spot where I would hope AI takes over. That's a pain in the butt spot as a person to even get in traffic. And I feel like AI has, self-driving has the potential to make that much better.
For sure.
Like going forward while you're looking backward.
And let's see if I can get it to go. Yeah, there we go. And yeah. Pay attention to the road. So the nice thing, they came with my previous update is kind of a bit of a UI refresh. So now with the full screen, I get a map up here, which before I had to like peek and pop to see any level of map if I wanted to have the full self-driving visuals on.
Yeah.
So that's been really nice.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then they added this kind of like trip meter here, so you can see where you're at from beginning to end.
Okay. That's cool too.
Now, the unfortunate thing that they have done with the driver monitoring with the camera, you can't wear sunglasses.
Oh.
So you kind of have to choose, like, do you want to wear sunglasses because it's super bright, or do you want to have the driver monitoring, instead of the wheel nine. So
Does
it's like,
does it allow you to switch back? Can you like
Yeah.
if you put on the sunglasses, it'll let you go back to kind of the jiggle the wheel stuff?
yeah. So and I tested that in my first video, and for sure, as soon as I put on the sunglasses, probably about 6-7 seconds, it recognized I had sunglasses, and it says, "You're wearing sunglasses. Driver monitoring is not available." And then I took them off, put them away, and then it turned on the driver monitoring again.
Pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
You don't have to change any settings. It just
Right.
does it.
Yeah, so this, for folks watching, it's probably harder to see, but there's a little green dot here, and that lets you know it's using the vision camera, the cabin camera, to do the driver monitoring. But overall, this version, I think it was the same thing with 12.3.6. It's like it's very smooth.
Yeah.
We're not getting a lot of the jerkiness, and my test loop, which we're basically doing right now for the most part,
Yeah.
was flawless. So, with the exception of an accelerator press for that unprotected left, that was it. Other than that, it did everything perfectly. So, I have seen, I haven't come back. No, I did come back to Pybus, and I tested that again. So, it should do the Pybus challenge without
Really?
issue. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, it's already seeking to get in the left lane.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right?
I have never gotten to ride a Pybus challenge that it completed.
That's right. You probably haven't. It's only done it a handful of times.
Yeah, even times you're like, oh, I think it's finally got it. And you took me back, and you're like, no, it doesn't got it. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Exactly. Another thing that's new is the auto park is faster. So I don't remember if we
tried it, but it never worked. We
Okay.
sat in the parking lot for a long time and at Pybus, and it kind of tooled around for a while.
So
but
by
it
auto
never
parking,
worked.
you still have to engage it.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't yet enabled. Gosh, when they first released version 12, like 12.1, and Homar's blog, when he was doing live streams, videos, and stuff, he would get it to be able to go to like Jack in the Box and park in the parking lot, like find a parking space and park. I have not witnessed that at all. So it might have been something they tested and they haven't fully integrated it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is the farthest you've probably been.
Made it. We made it. I can't believe it.
Right, so we'll get to the market here. I'll do a quick auto park and then we'll head back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see an auto park as well. I haven't seen it do that.
So the auto park we got in 12.3.6 was actually pretty good. It's better than it had been. It had some pretty cool visualizations, but unfortunately, it was pretty slow.
Yeah.
So now you can see we get some selections. So I can actually make any selection I want and start. And so this will be interesting because it's going to have to roll forward.
Oh, it's going to back in?
Yeah. So it always chooses to back in.
Oh, that's another level of coolness. Okay. No way. This is awesome. For real? Yeah. Go. Yes.
That's a really great job.
Wow.
And that was pretty fast too. Like the first version, it probably would have done a couple back and forths, but
no, it figured that out, and it never. I mean, I was expecting with that just because I've never seen it do it before, like a little bit more jitteriness or something, but
yeah.
it didn't even hesitate. It was like, oh yeah, I need a little more room, and it just pulled a little bit more forward and nailed it. Yeah, let's give her some room. She seems to be. She needs her auto park on.
Right? I think everybody could use a little bit of auto park.
Seriously, that was too cool.
And it will do parallel too. So yeah, I find that more useful, I think, because like I could have head in parked way faster.
Sure.
You know, just zoom right in. But
well, I don't know backing up though. If you were to back it,
if it's a backup, yeah, probably been maybe a little bit slower. But
Yeah.
so it's cool. I like it. I use it, and it's more usable than it has been.
Yeah, I would totally. I hate backing into parking spots.
Yeah.
So did you say it did parallel as well?
Yeah.
Did it do parallel?
Yep.
Oh, man.
That's the best.
Yeah. Like if it could parallel, that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it does a really good job on that. So that's when I don't parallel park like often. They don't park on the street often.
Anywhere to do it here.
Yeah, but even the last version, it did really well.
Yeah. Man. Okay.
So yeah, we got some great stuff. And then 12.5 is, I don't know, I'm hoping we will see it after this version, 12.4.3. Hopefully we will then be on to 12.5.
Okay.
12.5 is again another full retrain of the system.
Really? Good grief.
But is going to include way more things.
Okay.
Great left turn.
Yeah, that was really nice.
And into the appropriate lane. So this is a
Yeah.
left turn only, and it got right into
Check that out.
the lane for the path. So 12.5 is going to allow reverse. So if it needs to reverse to reroute or whatever, it's going to be able to do that. And then so like if it gets into a spot where it needs to perform a reverse, like a backwards movement,
Okay.
it will do that.
Oh, without disengaging?
Right. Yeah. Right now it can only go forward.
Okay. Wow.
So so that would be pretty cool. And then the other thing that supposedly, well, Cybertrucks are supposed to finally get it with 12.5.
Okay. They don't have it right now?
They don't. They don't even have autopilot. They have traffic-aware cruise control.
Oh.
So,
Jeez.
yeah. So that's also one of the reasons why. I mean, aside from the financial standpoint of not having one, but it doesn't even have FSD yet, or even autopilot. So it's kind of like. So I'm happy to wait longer for that stuff to get resolved.
I did see one. I did see one around town. So somebody.
I actually know one, and that dude rolled up into my parking, or actually messaged me on my Tesla Owners Association message list. Hey, do you want to see the Cybertruck?
Really?
And he came to my house.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And then the following 2 weeks later, we went on a group drive. Okay, no, there was a blinker.
Was
okay,
there a blinker? I didn't see
but this, we're kind of back to some lane change shenanigans. It has done this before. This isn't usually on my test loop. We usually go around the cloverleaf on the Ave.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason it likes to be in this lane. Although technically this is the lane we need to be in, but it should have just gotten there to begin with. So that was safe. Weird. There was nobody around us. It was a totally safe maneuver, but it could have done that, gotten to that lane a little bit earlier.
Yeah. So you said the lane change stuff, is that still happening then?
Yeah, it does have, especially at that last intersection we were at, I have seen it kind of like not sure which lane it wants to be in.
Yeah.
And again, so continuing at 12.5, I'm mostly looking forward to Summon and Banish, where you can actually like call it from your parking spot and obviously send it go park itself.
Okay.
Get out at the grocery store, have it go park itself, have it come pick you up after your groceries. That's what I want.
Yes.
So that's 12.5. We may not see it this year. Okay, so trying to get over. If it gets in the right lane, that's fine and actually a better choice. But will it get into? Yes.
Hey, that was good. Now
Yeah.
I'm willing to try and change up here. That's what I used to try and do, is bounce back and forth between the lanes while you're making the corner.
Pay attention to the road. I'm looking at the screen. Watch it. So it's about 6 seconds before you get that pay attention to the road notice.
Okay. Well, it acted like it was going to change lanes, but it changed its mind about it. It was clear, so it could have definitely done it if it wanted to.
So interestingly enough, I have, even just the other day, without recording or anything, I was like, I need to do this loop several times. Actually, I think it did record it. I just haven't like gotten the footage yet. Anyway, it failed everyone.
Oh no!
Yeah, like but again on my first test loop, after I got this version, it did it no problem. but it did get in on that inside lane. And then after, and you know how it used to change on the apex of that?
Yeah,
that
right
loop?
in the middle of that.
Yeah, it waited till the straightaway before it moved over, and it was
Well,
it
that's
was
a slight
perfect.
improvement. Yeah. All
So
right.
you can watch that video. See, and here's like another example. It's like, am I going to be in this lane or that lane?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call on its part.
So it was already looking like it was going to be in that lane. So now I was like,
Now what's it gonna do?
yeah, we're going to have to merge.
Somebody gave us a
Yeah. So it gets so lucky when it does that. Like,
yeah.
it's like every time I would try to do that, I'm going to either like just zoom ahead.
Yeah, it's like I was
But if I'm
waiting
gonna
for it
wait-
on it.
If I'm going to wait for this car, there's no way the person behind me is letting me in because people are usually jerks. Right?
Yeah, unfortunately. Not quite as bad around Wenatchee as it is in, like, say, Seattle or something.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you get lucky.
So overall, you know, this version has been a step improvement in my opinion from 12.3.6, and 3.6 was really good. Like,
Yeah.
the thing was, I knew the certain areas where it would fuck up. Like I knew for sure. It was like, when I get to here, I know I'm just gonna have to take over.
Yeah.
So um, now a lot of those places, well, almost all of them have been resolved. But that off ramp from the bridge still is a little unpredictable.
Yeah.
So like that was great. We got to do exactly what I wanted to do, and probably had a little bit to do with the follow me car. So we had a car in front of us to lead the way. But the other times when I've tried it, if there isn't a car, it does try and get in that outer lane and basically go to Fred Meyer and I have to take over.
Oh.
So
Interesting. So is it? So then it is paying attention to the vehicle in front of it, trying to follow it.
you know, I've always felt that it has forever for like all the versions. Even when I was on version 10, it seemed to do better when it had a lead car. But I can't say that's exactly the case with the version 12 builds. But I mean, I think we saw that as an example there.
Yeah,
So like I said, I have tried to do that loop just the other day. I did it like 4 times in succession just to see if I could get it to do it, and it wouldn't do it. So I think that there could be some correlation if there is a car in front that it is more successful.
Yeah. Well, it was even interesting because we felt it. I mean, we felt the car go and hit the right side, like it was going to go there, and then it
decided not
was
to.
like, nah, maybe not.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
All right, so that does it for the loop. Really,
Wow,
pretty cool.
that was really cool. I like it.
And yeah, get the boat turned off the road. So we'll just re-engage it here.
Yeah.
But thanks for everybody that joined the live stream. Looks like we got a couple of you come in and out, so appreciate that. Hope you all enjoyed it. I've got some other good content coming out, and I just filmed sunshade stuff, so that will be coming up next, and then more FSD stuff. So there's more testing to be done here, and again, really been enjoying this version. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining, and we'll catch you next time.